Well, as you guys can probably see, I have another garage sale find video for you. Went out early today. I'm only getting to do this right now, and it is almost 1:20 because I had to go home and clean our chairs. Our lazy boys were getting kind of dirty, so I wanted to get that done first. And I don't know if you guys have realized, this is a milestone. This is going to be my 400th YouTube video. I have no plans on slowing down, so please keep watching. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Very first thing I got here is a custom computer system. I picked this up from a community sale right next to us, and the guy was asking $15 for it, and I offered him $10, and he said okay. It's going to need some upgrades. You can see what he did is he put in a CD burner and a DVD-ROM drive, and both those are coming out, and I'm going to be putting in dual DVD burners, or I might leave the DVD-ROM and just put a DVD burner in here. Haven't decided yet. Power button. Looks a little like a diamond. Thought that was really cool. A reset button. I'm sure the power LED is built in there, and that's for the hard drive. Has this kind of really neat bluish neon tint to it. I really kind of like it. Now, on the front here, under the cover, you have two USB 2.0 ports, a headphone microphone jack, and a FireWire port that is not used on this particular computer. Now, this is going to be a subject for another video for sure, because I'm not even sure what this is yet. It does have a see-through side that kind of looks like a fan, and I just did that myself. I got to clean this up a little better. I'll go ahead and take the side cover off if I can. It doesn't give you a handle or anything. There we go. You can see the side cover itself has an 80mm fan built into it. One really cool thing about this is it does have the H Pro neon light setup. I have yet to see what that looks like, but I've heard from a lot of friends of mine that those are really neat. They pretty much light up the entire case. It is missing a hard drive. It does have memory. I took one of these out. They're 512 megabytes each, so it's got a total of 2 gigabytes of memory. No idea what the CPU is, other than it is some type of AMD CPU, probably an Athlon XP or an Athlon 64. Here you have dual PCI Express X16 slots, one there and one there. And then you have two PCI Express X1 slots. And then you have 1, 2, 3 PCI 32-bit expansion slots. Power supply is, yes, everybody's favorite, a Best Tech 300-watt power supply. I looked inside of it. It's perfectly fine. So for a computer like this, that's probably going to stay. So sorry, guys. On the back here, you have your standard array of ports. This has a couple ones that I actually like. It's got your PS2 keyboard and mouse, and then of course your parallel and serial port. But here you have your S-video out and your audio out. Now, I believe that is component audio. I'm going to have to look up on the motherboard later, but I'll tell you that for sure once I do a video specifically about this computer. And I just noticed something interesting here. Not only does it have the 4 USB ports, but it does also have a FireWire port, so I'm not sure why they didn't populate the front port. Maybe they just didn't have the extension cable for it. I'll definitely be looking into that, because maybe I can put a FireWire port in front, and that would be great for keeping the system and transferring videos from my mini DV and high 8 digital 8 camcorders. Like I'm using the Sony to record this. Standard array, headphone, audio, microphone, headphone, and right there you have your audio out port. Then on the bottom is something really interesting here. You see this button? At first I was trying to figure out what it was for. Then I remembered, you can see right here, that button is connected to the light. So that is actually how you turn the light on and off. Alright, so that's it for this one. Again, there's definitely going to be another video about that. Next thing I found is something kind of interesting. This is an iPod Nano 3rd gen with the white screen of death. I didn't pay much. I paid $1 for this, and I tried the standard tricks to get it to work. I tried heating it up in my pocket. I also tried putting it in the refrigerator / freezer for a few minutes, so going from hot to cold real quick, hopefully jarring some life back into this, but nothing as of yet. You can hear it has the dreaded 2 beeps and the white screen. This is an iPod 8GB Nano. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do with this. If I can't fix it, I'll maybe try to take it apart, and I probably will film that if I do, but if not, I'll just throw it up on Craigslist for $5–10 bucks. Maybe somebody might want it for parts. Alright, and the very last thing is a very big thing, and something that, as you guys know, I do not usually get, but it was such a good deal, I could not pass it up. Well, as you can probably guess, just by looking, it is a Sony PlayStation 2. Just by looking in the front, I can tell, because it doesn't have the FireWire port in it, that it's a later one, probably the 5001 series. Oh, my mistake. This is actually the 39001, so this is kind of the middle of the road one. You can see it's Sony PlayStation 2 serial number. You guys can stop the video if you want to read that more. It looks in fairly good shape. Not too much dust in there. I'm probably try to blow that out. You know, your standard digital optical out, your multi-port out, and power jack. I'm not going to spend much time on this because there are literally hundreds of thousands of PlayStation 2 reviews. It did come with a memory card. This is a Magic 8 megabyte memory card, fairly standard for the PlayStation 2. Now, of course, this is not the slim version. This, I'm looking at the model. I'm guessing this probably dates between 2002, maybe 2003. But what made this really special is what I got with it. And I actually got this from a church sale. It came with this bag filled with a boatload of games, and I'm going to go through them one by one. First game we have here is Midway Arcade Treasures. Pretty typical, just like the old Atari games. You got Joust, Joust 2, Bubbles, Clacks. So, excellent game. I remember having that back in the day. The Simpsons Road Rage. I remember playing Simpsons Hit and Run, but I've never actually played the Road Rage version, which is the one that came out right before this. So, really excited to play that. And yep, the manual and disc are included. We have Star Wars, the original trilogy, actually Star Wars 2. It's like the Lego version. Might be interesting to try. I'm not a huge Lego fan, but still could be an interesting game. I'll check that one too, because that kind of felt a little light. No? Game and manual. This was in the bag. This is one of the Baby Einsteins. It has nothing to do with this, so we're going to toss that over there. Next we have a blank case. I'm not sure what game would be in here. Not a game at all. It's one of Adam Sandler's worst movies, in my opinion. Click. Ugh. So, you know what? We'll go ahead and toss that too. Alright, next we have one PlayStation 2 controller and two PlayStation 2 controllers in very good shape. Nothing's loose, and looks like they should work just fine. And I do have another 1 or 2 controllers in my closet, so I'll be able to handle that just fine. And you can see the rest of these games. So let's go ahead and start with these. Tony Hawk's Underground 2, classic PlayStation 2 game. I remember back in the day spending hours and hours playing this game. Pretty much when I was in high school that came out. Pardon me, guys. We have Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition Remix. Never actually played this game, but looks kind of interesting. Reminds you a little of the Grand Theft Auto series. Next we have, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull a bunch of these out. So let's see. Just Cause. Looks like another kind of mobster type game. This was a blockbuster release. Yeah, looks kind of interesting. This one's kind of light too, so I'm going to check the manual on this. What do you know, guys? The first one, it didn't come with a manual. Well, that's alright. That's what the internet is for nowadays. Next we have Juiced. And I do vaguely remember this game from back in the day. It wasn't one of my favorites, but it was fun to play for, you know, just for a lazy Sunday morning. You know, when we decide not to go to church. I know, shame on us. Next, we have what is probably my absolute favorite racing game of all time, and that's the Need for Speed Underground. Emmanuelle Vaugier is in this. She actually has a couple cameos in this. Absolutely gorgeous woman. You might remember her as Mia in the show 2.5 Men. Now this feels a little light too, so I'm thinking the manual on this might be missing. And it is. But you know what, guys? I've played this game so much, I'm not worried about it. I know it like the back of my hand. Now here's something interesting. I have in this Guitar Hero 3, Guitar Hero 2, the original Guitar Hero, and I have no guitar that I can tell with this because that's part of it too. So, you know what, guys? Since I'm not a huge Guitar Hero fan, these are going to be sold. So, if anybody's interested in these, please let me know. Guitar Hero, the original one, looks complete with manual. Guitar Hero 2 is also complete with the manual. And Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rocks feels a little light. Oh, no, my mistake. This one's also complete with the manual, so if anybody's interested in either of these, I'll give you a really good price on them, and I definitely do not mind shipping out of state, as long as it's within the continental United States. Now that we're getting down, we're going to go ahead and just pull the rest out. We have American Idol. I watched the first few seasons. After that, I kind of just lost interest in it. This looks like an early one. I'm not even sure. It looks like Paula. Let's see what year this is from. 2003. So yeah, this was like from the second season. Might hold on to that. Time Crisis 2. Never played this, but I've always heard good things about it. You can see some of the artwork on there. This one feels a little light. Oh, it's also got the manual. I'll tell you guys, I'm really impressed. I've only seen 1 or 2 here that haven't had the manual. We have Driver 3, which is very light as well. Well, there's one more missing the manual. But let's face it, for a driving game, you can always download online and you're probably never going to need it. We have The Godfather, the game. Looks in really good shape, and I could tell by the weight that that definitely has the manual. Oh my god, guys. I am so stoked to have this. I didn't even see this, honestly, when I bought it. Futurama, the game. This is one of my absolute favorite cartoons from back in the day, and I've always wanted to play this game. I never was able to find it, and when I did, when it first came out, I never had enough money to get it because they were asking like $60 or $70, and when I was younger, I was very poor. Complete with a manual and everything. I have Downhill Domination. I remember this game. I absolutely hated it back in the day. So you know what? That's going to go in the sell pile. Call of Duty 3. Wow. This is a game that my cousin Noah absolutely loves. I remember he played Call of Duty 2 back in the day. I'll have to ask him if he has this game, because I am not... These are not my types of games at all. And if he doesn't, I might just have to send this to him as a present. You can see it's totally complete game and everything. And last but not least, some game called Black. Never heard of it. Alright, so now, because this video is getting long, I am going to go ahead and try to wrap this up as quickly as I can. This is the third bag that I got with it, and I'm assuming this is one of those dance mats. Let's go ahead and put that out and see what it actually is. Okay, DDR. You can see this is a DDR-like mat. I'm not sure. Let's see. It says "Stay Cool." I think that's actually what it is. And it comes on the other end with just the regular PlayStation 2 connection. So let's go ahead and dig a little more into this bag. And here is the reason for that. We have Dance Dance Revolution Supernova. Now, I remember playing this in the arcade back in the day, and I was never very good at it, but I'd love to give this a try again, complete with the disc and the manual. So that is definitely going to be a keeper. Now, there's a few other things in here I'm not even sure. You guys probably know what those are. Those would be the cables that I actually need to hook the PlayStation 2 up. Though, because I'm hooking it up to a high-definition TV, I have a set of these with the component inputs versus the composite. So I'll probably go ahead and use that instead. And let's see what else we have in here. I'm kind of shocked. Huh. It's like a pair of Mercury speakers with one of the battery covers missing. Looks like they just threw some other junk in the bag. These things look pretty crappy, but you never know. We'll give them a try. Just stick that over there. Let's see. We also have what looks to be some more cables. I guess at one point, whoever had this had 2 sets of cables for that. And then we have another pair of these crappy, whatever these Mercury speakers are. And again, the battery cover's missing on it for some reason. Strange. And last but not least, I know what this is. The other PlayStation they had must have been the slim one, because this is a 8.5 volt adapter for a PlayStation 2 Slim. And that is it, everybody. So, let's recap on here. I got the PlayStation 2 memory card, all the hookups, double hookups actually, the 2 controllers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 games, and the mat for the Dance Dance Revolution. And you ready for this? I gave $20 for all of it. And because I got this at the church, I'm almost positive that it would work, because he said that everything worked fine. It was the guy who sold to me, it was actually his personal one. He was asking $25, but I talked him down to $20. That's just a bargainer in me. I know it was a steal at $25, but I had to get that little bit more off. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this pickups video. I know this is a little bit longer than my normal ones, but really couldn't help that. Anyway, remember, as always, guys, stay tuned. Remember to like and subscribe. And as always, have a blessed day, everybody.